What's up, you guys? My name is Fitz, and I'm on a mission to build a $500,000 per month real estate wholesale business. So I come onto this channel to share my insight, things that I'm learning from actually being in the field. Like I said before, I'm still riding the bicycle. And if you guys are looking to get started, get your first deal or your next deal, or to build some type of consistency, I think it's really good to learn from somebody who's still riding the bike just like you. Sometimes we can get a little too far and forget what it's like to start out. And if you can find somebody who's really on top of their game in the beginning, and they've made some pretty good stretches, you can really benefit from the culmination of all of the resources that they've gathered to create a shortcut for themselves. And you can execute by taking the shortcut that way. So use me as your test dummy. That's what I'm here for. Now, this video today, I want to talk about realtors, and I want to talk to realtors specifically because I think realtors are leaving a ton of money on the table, and a lot of it has to do with hubris. A lot of it has to do with hubris. Like, realtors understand that you can wholesale, but for whatever reason, a lot of them are reluctant to it because it goes against their training or whatever. And I understand, realtors have a fiduciary duty to do certain things. I have a workaround for your fiduciary duties. As you guys know, I talk about the blue ocean wholesaling strategy, and blue ocean wholesaling involves us being in 10 different markets. Most agents are not in 10 different markets, which means that, ding, 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 you can actually wholesale in any state that, well, you can wholesale in your state, but you can really wholesale in any state that you don't have a license in. So one of our main strategies is what's called novations, which is when we take a property that's in pretty decent as-is condition. Someone could likely come in and move in, maybe, tighten up something here or there, clean it up, whatever the case is. And, we just put that on the market and sell it to a retail buyer. Our contracts allow us to do that. And the way that we're able to do that is we simply hire a realtor in that city, state, whatever it is, and basically we become partners with them. But in order for us to do that, we have to negotiate the price of that home down enough to whereas there's enough, for one, the seller is happy. Two, there's enough for us as a company to profit on top of paying agents, their 6% commission in order to truly make them partners and to, push them to give it all they have as far as, pushing our property out there and, negotiating on our behalf and things like that. So as a realtor, as an agent, let's say you're here in Atlanta, Georgia, and you're struggling to get leads or whatever, and you're like, man, you know what? I just need to add an extra 6 figures to my annual income, and I'll be cool. You can literally take, a good quality pay per lead provider, purchase some leads. You are already familiar with negotiations. You're already familiar with talking to sellers. There's just one little switch that you would need to make, which is instead of going to that seller, and most agents are looking to get that seller the most amount of money for their property, because obviously if you can get them the most reasonable amount, the larger your commission is. Well, if you switch that mindset to, hey, let me figure out what their problem is and let me figure out what they really need and see what they're willing to pay for convenience, right? Oftentimes you'll find that that seller is willing to pay for convenience and ease of process, because I got to tell you, realtors, I'm not going to lie, a lot of the times when those homeowners, those sellers are filling out those forms, they specifically say sell without a realtor. Like that, I don't know what y'all done did to them, but I'm telling you, that's what they saying. And I'm not making that up. Meanwhile, you got companies like mine, we'll go in and we'll literally, sell them on convenience, get up a deep discounted price, or not even a deep discounted price, but a discounted price that allows us to eat, allow us to pay agents. So it has to be discounted enough. And we're still on the back end hiring agents, So it's not that they have something personal against you guys. It's just that their experience and what the market has portrayed you guys to be just, doesn't, sit well with them sometimes. All of that aside, again, that simple switch for you as a realtor, you can now start to, make $20,000, $25,000 on a deal in another state that doesn't jeopardize your license, and all of it can be done over the phone. So that 25,000 is oftentimes still more than, if you sold a $300,000 house, paid, and you were being paid 6%, and you had to split that 6% commission. Guess what? You're going to make somewhere around $8,000 approximately, right? Well, if you are using this strategy, if you're wholesaling it and you're doing a novation, you bring home 25,000, or even if you brought home 16,000, guess what? You just made what both of those agents made without even seeing the property, walking the property, doing any of the negotiations or anything. How does that sound? That's at $25,000 a pop. That's an extra 4 deals per year. So imagine how far you can take that if you got a good lead source, if you got a good, phone game, and you got a good presentation, which most realtors already check the professionalism box, which is one of the biggest hurdles to cross when you're dealing with people looking to, sell their properties over the phone on the internet. So I would encourage realtors to, really take a deep dive into this thing and expand your business. Think outside of the box. Don't pigeonhole yourself into this one, one market and think that you gotta, do all this social media stuff and look all pretty and stuff. I mean, now if that's what you're into, just to, because you like that type of stuff, don't stop it. But definitely don't stop your money. Don't stop your income when there's an opportunity to stop competing with the people in your local market and really position yourself to, explode your business and, basically doing the same thing. So if you're interested in that, if you think that that's a path that you want to take as a realtor, as an agent, we are already doing it as a company. We're not agents, but we work with agents all the time. We even work with other agents who use the novation model as well in a very similar way to which I just explained to you guys. But there is a free group down below where there's a challenge that basically helps you get started in this business relatively quickly, relatively easily. It does require some capital to get those leads in. I know a lot of agents don't really like to spend money on leads, but if you want to make an extra six figures per year, you're going to have to spend some money on some leads. I'm not saying you got to come out the gate spending tens of thousands, but realistically, you'll need to spend around $3,000, $3,500 on some decent leads in order to execute this strategy. So if that's what you're interested in, I'm being very transparent and upfront with you, letting you know, hey, this is what it's going to take. But if you got that, you're going to probably knock it out the park. You might as well click that link below, join our free community. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Even if you aren't an agent, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, or you're a mom looking to transition, or you're, somebody who is looking to transition out of their 9-to-5 or whatever the case is, and you're just looking for another way to make money, like a sustainable source of income. Real estate is one of the best markets to do that. And if you can position it strategically and smartly, you can make a decent living on this thing, regardless of if you want to scale it or not. You don't have to scale it to, like I said, I want to do $500,000 a month. You don't have to do that. You can do one deal a month, make $20,000-$25,000 a month. Like, that's life changing for most people. Without having a huge team. Like, that's also amazing. Without creating any new products. Without without doing anything crazy or super stressful. The most difficult part of this is if you don't have any prior sales skills. Just sitting down on the phone, rehearsing, practicing that sales script, and joining a community of like-minded people so that you can, quickly jump across that hurdle. Because that's the most difficult part. Being on the phone, talking to people, and positioning your offer in a way that makes them feel comfortable signing an agreement with you on a first or second conversation that says, yeah, I trust this person with buying or selling my house or helping me sell this house, however you position it. That's the toughest part, and that's not even super tough, super achievable. We already have all of that stuff mapped out. So if that's what you are into or want to get into, I wouldn't play with my future. Again, and I haven't mentioned this before, but something I'm going to leave you guys with this to think about. The wealth gap in America, you guys have probably heard this, is increasing at an exceptional rate, meaning that the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, And very soon, that middle class, those few in the middle class who, making it, and they're not rich, they're not poor, but they're right in the middle, they're going to have to make a decision in the next 10 years. And that decision has to be, hey, either I go make more money and I become some type of producer in this market, or I stay where I'm at and I just get dragged down to the poor side. And I've been poor, I've been rich. I don't like to be poor. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. We all gonna go through our things, but I tell you what, it's way more difficult when you poor. ain't no way around it. So if you can learn a skill set that sets you up for success in an industry that is never going anywhere, that's old as dirt itself, why not do that? So if you're serious like that and you're serious minded, there's a link below for our free school community. It's a 30-day challenge in there to help you, jumpstart this endeavor. Whether you've tried it before and you failed, I've made it as skinny as possible. I don't like jumping around through hurdles and all this stuff, using unnecessary tools, making you think it's this or that, or giving you a whole bunch of information. A lot of the information I give you is going to be very similar because there's a very straightforward path. It ain't no 10 different lead sources. It ain't no 20 different tools. It ain't no, 10 different exit strategies and learning how to, estimate property repairs. Man, you don't have to do none of that. I'm telling you, we got it mapped out. Again, I'm building something that scales to $500,000 plus more per month. So I'm forced to make these systems and these processes as simple as possible. So you guys can piggyback off of that and do something on a smaller scale if you choose to. Just something to, again, supplement your income or replace that income in a way that you can live a comfortable lifestyle. So if that's something that you're interested in, you want to join a like-minded group of people learning a new strategy with real estate, wholesaling specifically, nationwide, click the link below, come join us. I would love to have you in there. We have meetings every week, and you're free to ask questions. We're opening role play very soon. If you want to role play and get better on the phone, some folks think they're good on the phone until they start role playing with us. So, I'd say keep that in mind for when you come join the group, man. Don't think that you know it all until you actually get in that pit and hear some other guys on the phone doing their script. And maybe you come in and you're absolutely amazing, right? And then you can help teach other people and stuff. So that's also another benefit. But anyway, I'm done talking in circles, you guys. I wanted to talk to the realtors today. We love you guys. We ain't got no beef with y'all. We work with realtors. We love realtors. And I want to see realtors make more money. So if you're a realtor, click the link. Don't hesitate. Let's rock out. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.